What's poppin' YouTuber? Welcome to my channel, Astro Finesse. It's your boy Lil Finesse Jiggy Hippie, back with another video for y'all. In this video right here, we're gonna be talking about if you have Pluto in the second house. And now pause for the cause. If you don't know how to find your Pluto placement, if you're a new subscriber, if you're just starting out your journey of self-love, self-knowledge, self-understanding, if you don't realize why it's so important that you have to look at yourself through astrology, study yourself through astrology, and to overall love yourself through astrology and numerology, don't worry, I got you. There's a couple of videos, I'll put the link in the description. You have to watch them first to become hip to the knowledge of what I'm about to talk about right now. So if you look at your birth chart or your natal chart, it's the same thing. And you realize you have Pluto in the second house. First of all, I fuck with you on an even deeper level because we have the same Pluto placement. That means we're going to go through the same transformation process and we have the same kind of uphill battle when it comes to our second house energy. But I'll get deeper into that in this video. But this video is for you. So without further ado, let's just get it poppin', shall we? Now you already know before I start, I'm going to give y'all a list of some celebrities so y'all can visually see what Pluto in the second house people look like and act like in reality. So to start, we got Johnny Depp, Bill Gates, Kevin Hart, Usher, Donald Glover, Cher, Janelle Monáe, and Taraji P. Henson. For some reason, it was kind of hard finding people that are relevant on that list. So anyway, alright, boom. Pluto in the second house. What does Pluto mean? What does Pluto represent in astrology in our birth chart? So the planet of Pluto is considered a malefic planet. It means it's extremely powerful. And if you don't know how to use it, if you don't know how to channel that energy, it could be self-destructive or it could generate a lot of power for you in your birth chart. So looking at whatever house it's in, Pluto tells us where in our chart we crave to have the more power, the more control, the more obsession, where we crave to have the more energy when it comes to that Pluto Scorpionic energy. Because remember, Pluto rules Scorpio, so it has to do with obsession, transformation, sex, darkness, because it's the farthest planet away from the sun. So darkness, meaning that you have to uncover things from looking deep within. Like when it comes to Pluto or Scorpio energy, it has to do with going deep within to uncover the truth, to transform yourself. So it's not so pretty, I would say. It is chaotic, but it's all to show us how to transform. And if you transform yourself, if you actually go through the process and actually change the viewpoint of what you thought you knew to what Pluto's trying to teach you, you will gain a lot of power in that house placement. So talking about Pluto in the second house, what does that mean when you have the powerful malefic planet in the second house? We already know second house rules Venus, rules Taurus, so it's our value system, especially money, possessions, the way we value ourselves, what we're attracted to, when we spend money on. So when you have Pluto, the destructive malefic planet of Pluto in the second house of value system and possessions and money, what does that mean for us? So most likely when we grew up, we kind of have a fear. We grew up around an environment where when it comes to money, possessions, and our value system, our self-esteem, we would have went through a transformative process, or we would have kind of went through a negative kind of energy when it comes to that. Like growing up, seeing your parents not having much as people around you, as when you go to school, all your friends buying new clothes, have all these new nice things that their parents are buying them, but then you look around like you're not really getting that. Or even if you grew up in a well-off type family, you could have felt that they're not really giving you what you want, or you could put your value onto what you have. Like when it comes to second house energy, your self-esteem, your value is going to be towards possessions, what you have monetarily wise. And what Pluto's doing here, it shakes it up, it brings chaos into it, so it kind of forces you, it kind of puts fear into you, like I'm afraid I might lose this, I'm afraid that I don't have enough, I'm not good enough because I don't have this. So when it comes to possessions, it kind of makes it fearful in a way. It forces you to transform your viewpoint on it. So like I said, growing up, you could have had a viewpoint about yourself, not feeling right about yourself unless you have this, not feeling right about yourself unless you're with this person. So what happens as you grow up, as soon as you get a job, as soon as you start making money, you place a tremendous amount of value onto what you have. You have an obsessive nature. I say you. We grow up having an obsessive nature when it comes to our possessions, when it comes to when it comes to the valuable things outside of ourselves. So, like I said, that's the fear we have, because growing up, we got that power taken away, we got our possessions taken away, we had our sense of value, our self-esteem taken away. So like now, growing up, we become very controlling, very obsessive when it comes to possessions, self-esteem, and our value. So like we all know that Spider-Man quote, with great power comes with great responsibility. So Pluto, being a malefic planet, is that great power. So picture it as it's trying to, it wants to give you the power, it wants to give you that great power, but it wants to make sure you're responsible first. So what it does is it brings chaos into your life, it brings transformation into your life, it forces you to change your your ideas on what's going on in that house placement. So an example of this is we go through a lot of transformative events when it comes to our possessions, especially when it comes to money, material things, and our self-value. So we might think that, all right, so I'm only valuable if I have this amount of money in the bank. I'm only valuable if I'm with this person dating wise. I'm only valuable if I do this outside of myself. That's like our initial thought. And Pluto is like, I want to give you the power of actually getting what you want, but you have to change your value system. Instead of looking outside yourself for validation, instead of looking outside yourself for value, Pluto wants you to look within yourself for value, to actually gain the power by actually looking within yourself rather than looking outside yourself for the value. So we have to be careful not to be too possessive over material possessions. That's the biggest thing with this placement. Understand that as soon as you say, I'm going to only be happy when I buy this car, I'm going to only be happy when I have this new phone, I'm going to only be happy when I'm doing this. As soon as you put that value system, I'm going to only be happy when I do this, have that, that's Pluto. Pluto's going to come in and going to like, it's going to really take it away from you, strip it away from you. It's like really testing you to see like, this is not the most important thing in this life right now. This is not the most important value for you right now. I'm testing you. I want to give you the power, but since you're looking at it as that's the end all be all, which is things outside yourself, material and everything else like that, it's going to strip it away from you, transform you. You're going to go through ups and downs when it comes to your monetary possession, when it comes to your self-value. You're going to go through a lot of transformative processes when it comes to the value system, second house things, when it comes to Venus type things, what you're attracted to and what you spend money on. So the key to this placement is understanding that as soon as you could look in the mirror and look at yourself and say, I value myself, I have high self-esteem within myself, I don't need nothing else, I don't need nobody validating me, I don't need to have all these things to make me feel good, I don't need to always buy these nice things, I don't need all that, except I value myself and I have my own self-esteem. As soon as you look at yourself and you actually say that and truly believe it, then Pluto's in the background like, all right, that person's responsible now. I could then give you power. And with this placement, we can generate a lot of power when it comes to second house things, possessions, money, and all that. So a lot of rich people will have this placement, but understand that they had to overcome the transformations. They had to overcome the ups and downs. Pluto changes signs every 21 years on average, so it changes signs very, very slowly. So we go through a lot of slow, long processes of going downhill with our self-esteem, going downhill with our possessions, trying to hold on to things so much, and it's always getting taken away from us because that's not where our mindset should be at. We go through the long processes of going through the transformation, the darkness when it comes to the second house things, and at the same time when we actually wake up and realize like where our power is and how to control that self-esteem, that value, that monetary possession, that urge to always have monetary possession, when we control that, then we go through the long process of going uphill. We're actually gaining that power, gaining the knowledge within ourselves, gaining the self-esteem within ourselves, gaining that power back. Remember, Pluto rules power. Pluto rules Scorpio. We have to gain our power back in our second house values, second house possessions. Now, if you're dealing with a Pluto in a second house person, the biggest advice I'll give you is to don't touch their stuff without asking, especially because we feel very insecure when it comes to our possessions because we are so used to, remember in the past, our possessions being taken away from us. And for us that has Pluto in the second house, I'll give us a suggestion that we shouldn't put too much emphasis on our possessions. Like I said, we really care about value. Value is our biggest thing. We could see something and see the value in it. We actually know how to like spend money wisely and all that. we're really valuable when it comes to possessions, second house things. We could be really good at helping people know how to spend their money, helping people when it comes to finances and all that. But we should not be too possessive, too obsessive with the material possessions. Remember, Pluto, everywhere Pluto goes, it makes you obsessive about it, makes you more intense about it, makes you more scorpionic, OD about it, OCD about it too. So we kind of have a stigma for being stingy with our money, kind of have a stigma for trying to hold on to things too much, hold on to our value system too much, meaning that we could be too stubborn to trying to change or try to be different. We could just be really rigid in our ways because Pluto is making us obsessive and OD in that second house energy. So advice for us is to actually be open to other people's perspectives, but at the same time, don't hold on to things too much that is not serving you. Because in a way, when you're holding on to it, when you're obsessed about it, that means you're afraid that it's going to leave you. That means you're afraid that you're not worthy if it's not here. And once that fear comes in, once that insecurity comes in, Pluto's looking at you like, all right, that person's not responsible yet. I can't give that person that power yet, so I'm going to strip it away. I'm going to come in with chaos. I'm going to transform that person. I'm going to do... Pluto's just going to come and do what it does, which is comes and destroys things, and then after the destruction happens and the smoke clears, then you can resurrect yourself and become brand new. But you have to kill your old habits. You have to kill your old mindset. Kill that mindset of, I feel like I need this before I'm powerful. I feel like I need this before I'm worthy. You have to kill that mindset first. Pluto's going to come and destroy that. And then when the smoke clears, like I said, you come back up like, all right, so I am worthy by myself without anything, without anybody validating me, without all these things. I love myself. I value myself. I have the strong sense of self-value. Then you're resurrecting yourself as a brand new person. And then the power is going to come into your life. And when I say the power is going to come into our life when it comes to second house things, we go from being afraid of always wanting to be financially stable, being afraid that we're not going to be like, stable financially, to actually getting blessed to the max after we have looked at ourselves and valued ourselves first. So I'm going to leave y'all with this. The biggest thing that we have to learn, and I'm speaking from experience, as soon as you value yourself without an external validation, as soon as you look within yourself and be like, damn, like, I don't need nothing. I don't need nobody to tell me that I'm good enough. I could just look within myself. I've worked on myself and have my own good sense of value, because we are obsessively thinking about value system. Obsession and possession is that scorpionic Pluto energy. As soon as we switch the mindset of being afraid to let go of things and actually being able to be like, all right, I don't need that right now. I just got to work on myself and value myself. As soon as we do that, Pluto's going to come in and bless us with the tremendous power in that avenue. So keep that in mind with this placement. Don't be too stingy. Don't be too possessive with your material possessions to the point that you want to kill somebody because they're going to touch your things, or you want to fight somebody because they're taking your things. And those that are dealing with Pluto and second house people, don't touch our stuff without asking. Don't say I don't warn y'all. I'm telling y'all, just don't do that. Trust me. But value yourself. Have your own sense of value system. Don't look outside yourself for validation. Don't look for people for validation. Don't look for relationships for validation. Validate yourself internally by going through the transformation, killing your old thoughts, killing your old mindset of what you think you knew, what you think you needed, and actually resurrecting yourself, that Phoenix rising energy, to a brand new type of energy. And then Pluto is going to bless you with the power that you have always wanted. But the good, what they say, good things come to those who wait. So the more patient you are with this placement when it comes to your possessions, second house things, the more power you will generate after you have resurrected yourself from killing your old mindset. So that was my video on Pluto in the second house. I hope y'all enjoyed that. My next video is going to be on Pluto in the third house, and you already know I'm about to go in. If you have subscribed to my channel, appreciate all y'all for real, you already know. But if you still haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and handle that one time for your boy. Don't forget to drink your water, mind your business, and be safe out here. It's your boy, Lil Finesse Jiggy Hippie. I'm going to see all y'all when I see y'all. Peace.